I don't do that.
Do you guys ever play that Nintendo?
Which Nintendo? No, YouTube folk.
Nintendo. Okay, you're recording.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we are. We're in. I can edit this.
Is that what you
I got an editing machine, yeah.
Oh, you're a machine.
Yeah, so whatever you say may be used against you, but it may not. Okay, this is interview number 1, Teresa, and this is this is my brother, who's just recently had meetings with Michael Card and John MacArthur, or is going to, and controls the Christian community as we know it today. And so he is the first one to be on our special engagement tape. Let's get a close up of that face. Let's try to focus. It's a beautiful face. Alright, I gotta see if my focus works here. There we go. Okay. Hi, David.
Hello, Greg.
Just thought I'd ask you a couple questions here.
Shoot.
Okay. Question number 1. So tell us, now that we're engaged or getting engaged, what's what's the key, David, to a successful engagement? Give us the key.
Engagement?
Yeah.
Well, the key to a successful engagement.
Yep. Or keys, if you have several of them. I mean, we just want to be like you and Sue. So you just tell us.
Here it is, Greg. Stay out of the way. When they're planning the wedding, stay out of the way.
Now, stay out of whose way?
The future bride's and future mother-in-law's way.
I see.
Stay
So
out.
in this case, stay out of Teresa and Mrs. Compagna's way.
That'd be a good idea.
Okay, so that would be the basic key to engagement.
There's one word you need to know for engagement period. 2 words.
Yeah.
Yes, dear. That's it.
That's good.
That's it.
Okay, so that will do it. Yes, dear, and stay out of the way.
I think so.
Okay. Now, what would you say would...
See, this is what I told you would happen. I said would happen.
What was that under your breath over there?
I said this is what I said would happen. You'd be making up questions as we go. Go ahead.
Question number 2. What would you say, David, according to your experience, would be the top 3 things that we ought to do if we want to have a successful and wonderful and beautiful marriage as you and Susie do? What do we need to do during this engagement time to be like you?
Greg. 3 things. Greg.
Yep, 3. At least. Just give us a little insight into what you did to prepare yourselves for this. What can I say? This
See, you gotta
wonderful
remember,
union.
during Susan and my engagement, the whole year, we rarely saw each other.
So you would say that would be a key.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
So you enjoyed the fact that you didn't see her much during that time.
No.
Is that what?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm saying that our engagement will be much different than yours because we saw each other only 10 times during that year, maybe.
Wow.
10, 20 times.
Wow. You've done a very good job.
During that year of engagement. So ours was not the typical engagement, probably.
I see. Well, then maybe we could go into the fact that you are a pastor. Is that right? Yes. And therefore you have all this wisdom just pouring out of you, gushing out like the blood did out of Judas's bowels when he hung himself and fell into the field. And if you could just share with us your pastoral wisdom then.
Pastoral wisdom.
Yeah, we realize you didn't want to see Sue during your engagement, but since Teresa and I will be seeing each other, what would your suggestion be? How about books? Did you read any books while you were engaged?
Well, there's a few books, Greg. A few good books out there.
Uh-oh.
There's a book that I can't remember the title to.
Yeah, bet. Does it start with an S, Dave?
No, no S involved.
Did your mother-in-law give you any books to read?
Not that I remember.
Did your mother-in-law give you any suggestions on how maybe you could be a good hubby to your wife?
No.
Okay, back to the books. Did you remember any, Dave? Did you read any books, Dave?
Several.
Several?
Yeah.
But you don't remember the names of them.
Well, I'm trying to remember the name of one in particular. It's a good one. It makes you communicate.
Would you say communication is one of the most important things to marriage, Dave?
I'd say communication is the key to marriage, Greg.
Would you say that you should be doing most of communicating or your lovely bride?
Well, I think it's a two-way street, Greg.
Is that the way it is, Dave? Is that the way it is in your marriage?
Communication is kind of a two-way thing.
Is that the way it is in your marriage, Dave?
It is, Greg. It is. That's the key, Greg.
That's the key. Any good movies you watched in preparation for your wedding?
No, we didn't watch any videotapes or movies about marriage or anything.
What would be a movie out today that would depict your marriage? Bambi?
Never seen it.
Rambo 3?
I don't think
Rocky
so.
4?
I don't think so. That depict our marriage or our wedding?
Your choice.
Can't think of one, Greg.
No, one more question here, bud.
Greg, yeah.
And we might be able to get you out of this interview. What would now you look right into the camera like you're looking into Teresa's eyes and tell her, what are your suggestions? The fact that she's going to be engaged to your wonderful, older, wiser, better looking brother. What are your suggestions to her as she gets prepared to marry this great guy?
Bring it closer. Are we close?
We're on you.
Think about this very carefully. It's a one-time shot. You blow it now, you can't say I didn't warn you.
And there we have it. From David Whiting, Pastor David Whiting, author, singer, husband, father? Not yet. Thank you.
Put girls in cheap movies.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Hi Teresa, this is interview number 2. Here we have Amy Scott, one of your close friends, and her boyfriend Ron is doing the camera work, so if there's anything that goes wrong, we blame it on him. Okay. Amy says she was excited to be on camera. She loves being in front of video cameras.
Right. Right.
All right, let's get to the questions in here. As Teresa, now you found out, many of your friends knew this was going to happen before you did. So, if you could tell us, Amy, what did you first think or feel when I told you that we were going to get engaged?
My first thought was shock. I couldn't believe it. I guess I had maybe expected around Christmas or January, thinking maybe then, but never. But I'm excited. I'm very excited for you both. Very happy. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled for you.
Like, that was a good answer. Second question. What do you think about, or what's it like knowing before Teresa knows what's going to happen? Does anything go through your mind when you see her or talk to her?
Yes, Teresa knows that I have a very hard time keeping secrets. Very hard time. I love to tell the news, but I find myself avoiding her a little bit. I find myself like, just because I don't want her to see on my face, because I don't want her to be able to read me.
Right.
I'm very transparent with that, so I don't want to wreck it.
Right.
But I like knowing. I like knowing it. It's fun.
But you haven't let her no hints yet, right?
No, I hardly talk to her.
Okay.
Once I talk to her.
Right. Okay, now, here's a couple questions you didn't write down and prepare for.
Oh,
here.
great!
That I just remembered. No, these are easy.
You
these are
be
easy.
careful.
Now, did you remember back in November? This is back last year, a year ago, November, was the time when we just kind of took some time off. Do you remember that time? Do you remember? Maybe you could kind of give us a little inside scoop here on what I mean. What was Teresa like? I mean, did she think it was over? Did she not talk about it at all? What was she like?
Teresa was incredible. She never ceases to amaze me. She told me all about it, and she said she had an attitude that the Lord was in control, and I was just, because I knew she was crazy about you, and then all of a sudden she says, we're cool and things, and I couldn't believe it, I'm rambling here, but
Did she think we'd ever get back together?
she didn't know. She really didn't know, and she really left it to the Lord. And
I heard she dated a lot of guys during that time.
not that I know.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe no.
Well, she told me she didn't. I just wanted to see if you were gonna.
I don't know.
Okay. When you were like Ann with her, what was that? Last summer, right? Last summer. What was it like when she received letters from me, or when you first heard that I was writing to her?
Her face was beaming. She's gonna kill me. No, her face was beaming. I could always tell, knowing Teresa from, because it was 6th or 7th grade on, I could tell by her face when she got a letter. And she let me in on bits and pieces of it, and she'd tell me practically everything that was in it, but.
So what did you think when she said she was writing this old guy?
This old guy?
Yeah, out of seminary.
What did I think?
Yeah.
I thought, wow, I thought,
Be truthful. We have a life.
I know. Well, we had, from the time that I had known Teresa, I mean, we just love to talk about boys. At the time we were boy crazy. Not like that anymore, but we were boy crazy, so we always used to talk, what kind of guy we would like and everything. She always said I wanted someone older, more mature, and to be honest, that's what went through my mind when she told me that, he's older, he's more mature. But I was really excited for her because I knew you were a neat guy and I knew you were mature.
Well, thank you. Now, there was a time during the summer when she didn't get some letters from me. Do you remember that time?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, did she take out my picture and stomp on my face, or what was going on during that time?
No, she didn't. She didn't know. She would let me know, I'd ask her, did you get a letter today, and I think she might have been at a Fresh Start that week or something, but I can remember her coming back from Fresh Start the week she was out in the wilderness, so we couldn't get any mail. I can remember her running to the mailbox, just couldn't wait to get there and to get it open and to see if there was anything there. And I don't think there was anything there, but she wasn't like, dirtball or anything like that. She was really cool about it, but I don't know, Greg. I can't. I know you're digging for something. I can't give you it.
It's alright.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I just want to make sure that what Teresa tells me is the way things work. Okay. Now, next question here. Oh, what would you say now that Teresa's life is basically over? She's getting engaged, going to be married. What would you say is maybe your favorite memory or favorite activity of things that you did with her that you remember?
I have a lot of favorite memories. I guess the most recent, biggest activity that we've gone through together was the bog at Lake Ann. I'm sure she's filled you in on that.
Mud.
The mud. And just going through that experience enough was very it was fun to be there together. You know, she could tell. She looked right at me and she knew that I was horrified. I did not want to go, and just the support that she was for me. I have a lot of memories too of summer before my freshman year in high school. We did a lot of things together. Spent a lot of time just sitting around talking, and it seems like they're the best times. And there'll be times I'll probably never forget.
So tell me, Amy, how many double dates did you go on with Teresa?
Actually, I don't think I've been on. I might have been on one or two, but actually, that summer we were after the same guy.
And
So we didn't.
who got it?
She got him a year later, I think. A year later, but I don't know if we ever really.
How many double dates?
Who was this guy?
Oh,
That's our cameraman, Ron, asking the questions now. Any other questions you'd like to ask, Ron?
no.
I'll ask later.
Keep quiet.
Now I'm going to take kind of a survey here to see who comes the closest. I want to ask you a multiple choice question on what you think Teresa's going to do when I propose to her. Okay? Multiple choice, so it'll be easy. Okay? When I propose to Teresa, she will A, jump off a waterfall, because we're going to be at Bushkill Falls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, I didn't.
Have you been there?
No.
It's nice. So there's a lot of waterfalls.
Okay.
A, jump off a waterfall. B, say yes immediately. C, want to think about it. D, pause for a while and then say yes. E, say no, not in this lifetime. F, first hug and or kiss me, maybe, and then say yes. G, act surprised that I asked her, then say yes. Or H, say, are you talking to me? You
Oh,
know
my
what I'm
word.
doing?
Oh, goodness.
When I
I
propose,
think, okay. Teresa's very level-headed, and I think she will pick. I think she'll pick F.
F, hug and or kiss me, then say yes. We'll see about that. Okay, that's Amy's choice. Now,
You open it. No, I'm just.
yes, if she says no, this tape will be destroyed. Okay. Can you think of a one-word definition that would describe what you think of Teresa and my relationship? Of course, I need to say first, Teresa, that we gave her hours to think about these
No,
questions.
you didn't give me hours
Then
to
it's-
think about this. Wow, one word to describe it. I can think of a lot of words to describe it,
You only give
but
one.
I know. One that nobody's come up with either, huh?
Of course, you're the first one I've asked this
Okay,
particular question,
okay.
so you're in luck. You can choose from millions and millions of words.
Oh, Greg, torture.
Torture. Torture was the word she's chosen.
Torture.
Oh, not torture?
No.
Terrible.
No.
Excruciating.
No.
Pain?
No.
Ridiculous?
You're getting close enough. I'm just joking. Oh goodness, I don't know.
Okay. Here's the situation. You're in my office, psychology office, you're sitting in the black chair, right? You have to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest something. You say the
Okay.
first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Greg and Teresa's relationship.
Wow.
There you have it. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Now, couple more things here. Why do you think, or do you think, that Teresa will make a good wife someday?
Oh, because she's a godly girl. A girl, godly lady. And, she loves the Lord and she loves you. And I think that's basic. I think that's I better have that.
Alright.
And she has a desire to do what's right. And I think she'll make a wonderful wife. I really do. No doubt in my mind.
Thanks. Okay. Now, before we bring Ron in here to join you, what would your last message to Teresa? You look right there in the camera. Teresa's watching you here. What's your last message to hear? Just about, engagement or looking ahead to marriage.
Oh, Teresa, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait till you find out. So I can talk to you normal again. I'm really excited for you. You found a great guy, and you found a great girl. And I'm just really excited for you.
Okay, you can cut it, Ron. Put it on the tripod so I can whip back it out. Okay, let me see the ring first.
Can you see it? Hold up.
Almost. Okay, hold on right there. It's focusing. Put it down a little bit. There, we can see it. That was Candy's ring, by the way. Okay. All right. I think we're set.
We're on.
We're on. I think.
No blinking red light.
Okay, Teresa, this is Candy, of course, and this is, I think, interview number 3. And she was very excited about being in front of the camera. She wanted to be in front of the camera all by herself. But she has consented to be here today. So, I have a few questions for you, Candy, that she has already practiced, by the way.
I have not.
Number 1. Okay, obviously, Teresa by now knows that you knew before she knew
Yes.
that we were going to get engaged. First of all, when I told you that we were going to get engaged this weekend or soon, what went through your mind?
Well, I was very excited. First of all, congratulations, Teresa. And it's very hard. I sit with you, of course, you know this, every Genesis class, every Monday and Wednesday. And it's very hard because we're always talking about wedding stuff and not paying attention to the professor. But always talking about stuff like that. It was very hard for me to keep it in. I want to tell you so bad, but it was really hard. And I don't know what I was thinking. I was very excited for you. And it's hard for me to keep secrets like that, but I did it.
That's what Amy said too. It's hard for you to
Amy
keep
said that?
secrets.
Oh,
Hard
well,
for,
I'll have
not
to say
hard for
something
you
different.
to keep secrets. No. She's going to die though when she finds out that all you
Right, I know.
knew. I can't wait. Okay.
Loaded.
Now, this is a question I didn't tell you before the interview. You didn't prepare for it. So,
Alright.
so tell me, Candy, you're engaged now, right?
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
To Chuck, right?
Is that who I'm engaged to? I don't know who. I don't see him ever.
Okay, so you're engaged to Chuck, and now you dated how long before you were engaged?
I don't know. It's almost, well, let's see. It was probably almost 2 years, I suppose.
Wow,
Year and a half.
that's a long
2
time.
years. Let's see, October. No, a year and like 7 months, something like that, 8 months.
Okay, so you're engaged about a year and 8 months or something.
Something like
Okay,
that. I don't keep
I'm not engaged. You were dating that long,
dating. Yeah.
and then you got engaged, right?
Right.
So, tell me then, Candy, what kind of changes have there been, in the what kind of changes do we look forward to? Have there been in your relationship since the time you were dating to the time you got engaged?
You had to ask this question, didn't you? Well, so you want to know the story of her? You want it from day one or what?
Well, what
Since we started dating, okay.
what changes have occurred since dating? When you're dating,
Great changes, great.
great. Like what?
Great changes.
Like what?
Well, oh gosh, such a long story. Okay, make it short.
Okay.
Well, when we first started dating in October, I had just broken up 2 weeks before with someone I had been dating for a year. So it's a very interesting beginning for us. I was still trying to get over my past relationship and struggling with Chuck, who was forcefully pursuing me, I guess you could say. But we started out as friends, of course. I thought he liked my sister, which was stupid of me. But anyways, we dated on and off as friends and until probably December, February. He got really sick, and I kind of was really flippant about the whole relationship because I didn't really want to get into a serious relationship right away after getting out of a serious relationship. And but Chuck has his ways, and he got sick. I think he did it purposely. But he was in the hospital for about a week or so with pneumonia, and there was just something that I knew at that point that I really cared about him, and it was like the first time I really admitted it to him, to my family, and to everyone else that I really did care about him. And it was from that point on, basically, that we started, I was changing because I'm going to a new school, coming out of a liberal school, coming to a very conservative Baptist school. So I was changing in many different areas, not in just our relationship, but also spiritually, which he helped me through. He was very patient with all my questions. And so we started to grow as a couple after that experience with him in the hospital. And since then, I've learned to see that this is really what I feel God's will is, that we did get together. I think it's a miracle that we did get together, coming from two opposite spheres and coming together.
Right.
It's been really great. But even now, since we've been engaged, I think it's really solidified our relationship too. We feel more content, and we know that we're working towards something, a lifetime together of ministry, which is something I've always wanted. And it took me a long time to admit it, and of course Chuck helped me to admit that too. So we've grown together spiritually tremendously since his illness, and I don't know, a lot of things have changed in my life, and I hope it's for the good, if you will.
Now that you're engaged.
Okay.
After this, came together, and now you're engaged. Then after engagement, did you argue more than you did when you were dating? Or?
No, actually, no. We used to argue a lot before we were engaged, but now we really don't.
Really?
Believe it or not.
How about wedding plan? Have you made wedding plans yet?
Me, Chuck, no, but me, yes. And I'm forcefully trying to make him make some decisions with me, but he doesn't have very much time. Anybody who knows Chuck knows that. But I basically had to do a lot of the stuff by myself, but I hadn't done anything until just this past Friday.
Is he kind of leaving it in your court, or?
Well, I know that he wants to take an active role in it. I know he does, but as far as now, I don't think he can, as far as times. But most of the decisions, of course, will be mine, and what he'll be paying for, I'll just tell him. No, I'm just kidding. But it'll be a mutual thing, I'm sure. Once he starts getting some time free, once he quits Nichols.
Now, you're engaged now, so before you're engaged, Chuck's of course trying to win you over and get you to love him, and get to a point of where he knows that you love him and you're engaged. So after you got engaged, then Chuck's just been kind of
relaxed, kicking back. I've got my girl now. I can go on with things. Yeah, no. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I would say he's done that somewhat, but I won't tell you any details. But no, of course, everybody goes through that your first couple of months, and some people continue it, but you write letters, you get flowers, and all that kind of sweet romantic stuff that we wish we always had. Take the hint, Chuck. No, and But now he feels comfortable, which is fine with me. I understand that. A little note every once in a while would be nice, but
Sure,
I
that's
don't know. Is this
Okay, so would these be? Is there anything, along with this here that Teresa's watching? Is there anything that you might want to warn her about concerning something that might happen after engagement, or?
Well, if Greg is anything like Chuck, watch out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure that I know that you've been writing a lot of stuff to Teresa, and she just read a letter or a card or something like that the other day, and.
Right, but after engagement, Candy, maybe once I got her.
Yeah, maybe some married guys all think alike.
Come in.
Warnings? Is that what you're asking?
Well, do you have any? Or, I didn't want to get off it if you have some for her.
Warnings.
Or maybe we include this. How about tips? Tips for engagement, warnings, things to look out for. Come on in. Just do another interview here.
Come and join me.
Okay.
Ron and Amy just showed up.
Come on in.
And you'll find out on the tape in just a little bit why they're here. Tips,
Tips.
warnings, ideas. From your own experience, Candy. You've been in this. You're the pro now.
I'm the pro. No, I don't know if there's any tips. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know if maybe. Teresa, try to keep Greg involved as much as you can. I know that it's so easy to because Chuck's not around for me to do everything, but the fun of it is going to be for planning, for the both of you to plan together as much as you can. Time with each other is the most sacred thing, I think, and if you could just take some time, I hate looking at the camera, to just do the stuff together, it's going to be so much more meaningful in the end. Other tips for engagement, or like after you're engaged. Well, of course, I told you this before, Teresa, in class. It takes 3 months for you to get your dress, so pick it out. But it takes 6 months for your bridesmaids' dresses, so that really, you need to do that. And we already planned on we're going to have time that we're going to shop together. So I don't know. Get stuff done early. It'll save a lot of hassle in the end, I'm sure. And that's what other people have given me as tips, too.
Well, thank you, Candy.
So that's a generation type thing that I'm sharing with you.
Next question. You ready?
Yeah.
You're not nervous, are you?
No.
You're doing fine.
Now that they're here, I'm nervous. See, you got that?
Okay. What would you say are the greatest things about being engaged? Is there anything great about being engaged, Chuck, or what would you say are the greatest things being engaged?
Oh, I don't know. The greatest things is just people actually taking your relationship seriously now, instead of some people just saying, oh, they've been going to, they're going together, they're dating. But people actually look at you as a couple that's going to be building a future together, and I don't know, looking at you as like two instead of just one separate, two separate people.
Right.
As before, when you're dating, it's Candy might want to do this, but doing it as far as ministry is concerned, Candy and Chuck doing something together, I think that's very exciting. What was the question again?
Did you forget?
No.
Greatest things about being engaged.
Oh yes, okay. Gifts. That's really great. Engagement parties,
that's what I
lots of
think.
fun, time together. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of great things. Just planning. I think that's exciting.
Pretty good. Hey, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Could you come in and make sure that I never really checked, make sure we're in the picture
was.
and in focus?
You were.
Are we?
Yeah, you are. Both of you are right now. Now Candy's a little bit to the right of it. That's good right there.
We're all in there?
Yeah, you're wonderful.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay, now, I asked this to Amy, right? And I'm going to be asking all the others kind of get their ideas here. This is a multiple choice question, so this is easy, Candy.
Okay.
When I propose to Teresa, she will A, jump off a waterfall, B, say yes immediately, C, want to think about it, D, pause for a while and then say yes, E, say no, not in this lifetime, F, hug or kiss me maybe and then say yes, act surprised that I asked her, then say yes, or say, are you talking to me?
Oh no, I forget the letters and how that.
Jump off the
I think it's
waterfall.
gonna be a combination of a couple of those things, actually.
Like what?
Well, I think she's gonna be very surprised that you asked, because Teresa thinks it's gonna be Christmas time. She
Right.
told me, she told everybody, it's Christmas time as far as she's concerned. She's ready, no doubt, she's ready for this. But she's gonna act surprised. She's gonna. I don't know. I can just see her face. I can see her face right now when she would do it. She's gonna say, "Oh my gosh," or something like that, and then she'll say yes and give you hugs and kisses, etc. Then I think you'll both jump off the waterfall together.
Okay, good. Good. We'll see if that happens. Okay. Let's see. A couple more here, maybe. What would? All right. Let's pretend you're in a what do you call it? Psychologist's office. Okay, you're on the black couch or whatever, and they're doing word association. And so I'm going to give you one idea, and you tell me the first word that comes to your mind. Okay? One word.
Okay.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Teresa and my relationship.
Beautiful.
That was nice. Beautiful. We had wow from Amy. Okay.
I also say
beautiful.
spiritual. I don't know. Lots of words.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Maybe this last one here then. What would your say? This is your last message here to Teresa. You know, she's engaged now and on the way down towards marriage, and
Down. Stress it down.
what would the last thing you'd like to say to Teresa be? You can look right there. In the camera.
Ask her as far as.
What you want to tell her? I mean, just like the closing. We're closing off the interview
we're
here.
closing
so
off the
yeah,
interview.
so you can
Okay.
just tell her whatever you'd like to.
You want to focus in on this? No.
Yes,
No.
that's a good idea.
No, I was just kidding about that. No, not real close.
Candy
Maybe
said not
10
okay.
feet
Just
away.
okay. Just
Closing
Forget it.
remarks.
right. Get her about 10 feet away here.
Okay.
Hang on. It's gotta focus itself first.
Maybe I should say that.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Teresa, I'm very, very excited for you. I know that you're excited too, and you can't believe this is happening to you. I just wish you the best in everything that you do. I think Greg is a perfect person for you. I think your relationship is beautiful. I admire the spirituality between you and him. And I pray that as you prepare for a lifetime together, that you'll always remember your main goal in life and who brought you together was the Lord. And I know that both of you together complement each other, and that the ministry that you'll be in the future will be something that will complement your relationship as well. It will be a beautiful thing. And I hope that I'm not good at ending. I hope that we'll be able to get together a lot during this time. I know that since Julie's leaving and Irene is leaving, we'll be able to plan together. And I'm very excited about that. I'm very pleased to be your friend. And also, I haven't had a chance to ask you, but will you be in my wedding?
Whoa.
So I have to answer that. And I would love you to be in my wedding if you would want to.
That's nice.
And I think that's it.
You done?
Yes.
Okay.
Amen.
Okay.
Baby, I can't make it without you. And I'm telling you, honey, you're my reason for laughing, for crying, for living, and for dying.
Hey, that was Ron and Amy, and she loved doing that.
Shut that thing up!
What was the name of that song, Ron?
You're my inspiration.
You're focused here.
Hi, Teresa.
Okay, Teresa, this is, of course, Andy and Julie. And this is interview number 4 now. And, of course, one of your more special friends. And Julie's with her, too. With him, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Greg,
All
Teresa.
right. Julie shared with me how excited she is to be here in front of the camera. Was hoping that I would do a lot of close-ups on her
Oh, no,
face
don't you
during
do
the
that.
interview.
No, don't.
All right, let me make sure I can. I always have trouble with the focus thing on this. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Question number 1.
Fire away.
Okay. When you first found out that I was going to ask her to marry me, what went through your mind? Either.
Well,
of you.
Greg, you can answer that one. I just
He's asking
screamed
you.
on the phone. All I did was
Oh, yeah,
scream.
true.
I'm like, he's going, stop screaming. He's talking to me on the payphone. He goes, stop screaming, stop screaming. I'm like, I can't believe it. I couldn't stop screaming. I was so excited. I had no idea.
Well, that's what
She
Andy
called
did
me,
too
she
when I
couldn't
called.
stop screaming.
Yeah, I called and told Andy. Have to
Caused
share
that
the joy.
aftermath. I know you did.
So, all right, how about you, Andy? I don't think you were screaming, were you?
No, I wasn't screaming. I was. It did. I was rejoicing for the two of you, though. I thought it was great, and I know that you guys have really worked at developing your relationship, and then it's come through a long period of time. You guys have been patient, and you've just done an excellent job at working through things. I thought it was just great because I know what it's like. I know what after the two of us have gotten engaged, we know what it's
Right.
kind of joy you go through. And so that's immediately the flashback I had was the joy that we had together as far as getting engaged.
Sounds like how I would try to answer it. And Teresa would be like Julie.
I know. That's exactly.
Okay. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. So, Julie, after Andy got back from Baptist High that one day when Andy and I had a talk together, did you, what did
I
you,
just wanna see your reaction to the question.
what did you say to him? Did you?
I want to know what you guys talked about.
That's exactly what we said,
I
you
said
and
it's you.
Teresa.
Well, that's
We're
nice.
gonna say.
What did you talk about when you were talking?
He didn't tell you?
It was
No,
male bonding time.
not really.
See,
And Teresa
that's
said
what
she
we did.
asked you the same thing, and you told her something.
What did I? Well, yeah, that's.
Well, I would-
that's it. See, Andy. The problem was I wasn't sure how you were gonna come through with her on this. I didn't know if we were gonna stonewall him.
Did you make a pact or something against telling
We
her?
no, we didn't make a pact. We just knew
Oh,
that. I mean, you have your conversations,
That's what he said.
and it's not like we. that I corner Teresa and he corners you and want to know everything you talk about. Because we know you talk about us, right? You talk about us all the time. But then we have one conversation on one afternoon, and all of a sudden, what you talking about? What you talking about? Tell me everything.
What you talking about? And then if you don't say anything, I'm like, oh, you talking about us? It's bad. I know.
So Andy was stronger than I was, I guess, huh?
I guess.
You didn't say anything. That's good. I didn't tell it too much, Andy.
Okay.
But we can talk about that later. Anyway. Okay. Next. So, tell me, Julie, what's it like when you see Teresa and see her around and talk to her? Since you know what's going to happen, that we're going to get engaged and she doesn't, we'll go see her mine. How do
I
you
just
feel?
want to give her a big hug. And I just want to be like, congratulating her right now. Because I know what you guys have gone through. I feel as if we've gone through it together.
Bonding.
And definitely. So I'm just
See,
so
that means Greg and I have to talk more so we can know, we can feel the same thing you're talking about.
So you're telling me you haven't let on at
No.
all.
Because Therese, I want this to be the best. And so when we talk about things and you make mention about how patient Greg is and and I don't know, just little things, I just think in the back of my mind like, oh, you have no idea what's coming. So I just I'm really excited. And I just want to give her a big hug. And say, hang on.
Okay, I'm sure you've been having a hard time holding it in, Andy.
I have. I did. I talked to Teresa today for about 5 or 10 minutes. I just couldn't stay. No, it was neat. I did look at her and I think, wow, this is going to be really neat. She has no idea it's coming, and that will be extremely special to her.
That I look at her hand a lot and I see.
You can't.
No, but she doesn't.
And
And I think there's gonna be a ring there in 4 days or 5 days, and it's just.
If she says yes.
Oh, well, there's a question. Of course, there will be a ring there.
So you haven't tried to talk her out of it then, Jim?
No.
Okay. Next question. So, all right, now you two would be good couple to ask here on the spot while you're together. No prompting. So, you know what it was like, well, when you dated, okay, I know it's a little different for you two. There's the phone. We're going to have to pause it here for a moment and let them think, even though they don't know what the question is. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Okay, now, when you were dating, you didn't have a long time when you were together, seriously dating, when you knew you were going to get married. However, after you became engaged, and then once you got back together and spent all this time together, tell us what kind of changes happen once you're dating, and then once you get engaged. What kind of changes take place in the relationship? Are there any more interesting discussions that come about because you're now engaged? Any
Great.
anything different, Julie?
Well, yeah.
Like?
You want to know just what we talk about that's different, or you want to know just how things are different? Like the day after we got engaged,
Right.
You could even just tell difference. Like for me anyway, there's just more of a security. Remember when we were talking about that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You just feel more like how do you say? I don't know. I don't want to say in the sense that I'm his and he's mine, but just kind of like that. You know what I'm saying, Teresa? I know you do.
I'm sure she does. You're kindred. I know what you're talking
Yes.
about, Spirit.
It's very hard to talk about this with 2 males.
What?
I just understand though. What?
So, Andy, let's give you a chance to talk here.
Okay.
What kind of once you're engaged, is there anything that changed for you as far as how you looked at a relationship or how you think Julie responded in the relationship?
I think it's going just fun. I think that it's like Joe said. There is a security there, a certain amount of security. It's almost like a relief. It's like, you love each other, and for the guy, I knew I was going to ask Julie, and she kind of knew it was coming. That we were ready for that. So, but there's that certain amount of curiosity that's built up as to. I'm sure for the girl, she's thinking, will he ever actually ask me to marry him? And I know for the guy, am I right or wrong? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just
I
think.
think I'm wrong.
No. You're right. I think it's different just because we were apart for so long. Like when you were in Ecuador, and I was here, and there are so many changes that had taken place since him being over there. Even, wouldn't you say? In our relationship, like we just grew a ton from him being over there, and then on top of all of that, then engagement. So there was like just a lot of changes.
Would you say you fight more or less now that you're engaged?
Well,
Tough question.
Not at all.
not at all.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. You love this. You're holding the camera. Right?
That's right.
In about 4 months, I'm going to be the one holding the camera. You're going to be on the other side. I'm going to ask you these questions.
I think that like working through things, there's more of like kind of a responsibility to each other and a desire to work things through and talk things through that you're engaged, more so than like if you weren't engaged, you can't just walk away from the situation.
Right.
Like it's something that you're committed to each other, you're planning on spending your lives together, and it's not just going to start overnight how you work through things, and you need to concentrate on that right now. I think that's a big difference.
Yeah, it is. Because I think before you get engaged, there's always just that thing of, well, I'm myself, and
Right.
The other person is themselves. There's his or herself, and that's it. But once you get engaged, it's kind of like you start to think, we are going to be together for the rest of our lives. How can we, we need to make this work. Before you get engaged, it's like, well, we don't absolutely have to make this work, because if it doesn't, we'll just go our own ways. When you get engaged, it's more like, okay, we are going to be together. How do we go about making this work? How do we work on these things? And you see and understand the need to work through things instead of bailing out or giving up or whatever.
Okay. What? Good answers.
Is there something going on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. What would you say is the best thing about being engaged? Julie, you first. Or the top 2 best things? Top 3.
34.
Oh my goodness.
Is there anything good about being engaged? Julie?
Of course.
Like?
I gotta think. Being able to tell people you're engaged. People say, are you?
Yes,
people
wait. Follow-up question.
Oh,
Yes. I know
Julie,
it's coming.
Julie.
Yeah.
Julia,
Yeah.
we heard a rumor now. We got some kind of line over the wire from Ecuador. The papers over there, the news reporters, they seem to get a little view of your engagement proceedings, so to speak, and they seem to think that you were pretty excited about. Look at the camera. You're pretty excited about actually leaving Andy, so that you could go tell everybody you got engaged and show them the ring. Is this true?
No.
I want to see that on camera. I want to see. I know the look.
Wait a second, I have a question. Are you focusing in on me?
Yeah.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
This little newspaper, was this your little chat the other day? Something that you talked about?
Hey, I can't reveal my sources.
No,
It's just a rumor.
well, that was, I think one of the hardest things was getting engaged on New Year's Eve and then leaving January 2nd. Like, we really didn't have that much time together. So that was hard to leave, yet at the same time, I was looking forward to going back to school and telling everybody, because it's a huge step, you know, it's really a big deal. And I was looking forward to going back to school and telling everybody, because a lot of people would make comments and think maybe, you know, and all that. So I couldn't wait to go tell everybody and share, but at the same time, it was one of the hardest things to be back here, engaged, and him all the way, and Andy all the way in Ecuador, and not really experiencing this new phase together.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to share with us about? I mean, is there anything else besides telling other people that's exciting about being engaged?
Oh, okay. Well, just I think the prospect of the future, you know, like planning a wedding, and then also beyond that, knowing that you're spending the rest of your life together and you're gonna just be serving the Lord together, and there's so many different aspects that you can go, or different ways that you can go, that is just exciting, more so than when you're not engaged. Like when we weren't engaged, I would think about it, but I didn't really, it wasn't really a reality yet. As of now, it's more of a reality, like where will we be next year, and it's just neat to trust the Lord to wait and see what He has for us and where He's gonna put us. Know you're gonna walk life together, and that's, I think, an aspect of engagement. It's just looking forward to that.
Okay. How about you, Andy? Anything exciting about being engaged?
Yeah, I would say one of the things is, well, you know that what direction you're headed in. Like we said a little bit, there's a little bit more security there, but at the same time, you can kind of start to help each other mold a little bit. You know, even before you're married, you can really start helping each other, and you can start thinking as far as what does the Lord have for us as far as ministry is concerned. Where is it? And you do start to think. We were reading this book, and it mentioned, I can't remember which one it was now, but it mentioned think two, and it's just, it's a very simple concept, but it's hard to grab a hold of. And I think that's a part of what you go through in the engagement period, is you start to think too, and it gets you prepared for marriage. As far as you're not just thinking about yourself anymore. You're going through all of the same aspects of life you've gone through, and even more challenges, different things that come up, but you have to start thinking about someone else being there as well.
Okay, then following up on that, what would be your tips to Teresa and myself during this engagement period? I mean, what has made it, so successful for you? Give us some tips on what we ought to be doing during this exciting time.
Would you like to address that first?
Hey, leader.
Now you're the leader.
I'm trying.
Well, I would say do exactly what we were just talking about. Try to think too. Do your very best to put the other person first. Anytime you get in a troubled situation, anytime you get into whether you're just talking about something simple or whether you're talking about life, really work at trying to understand the other person and see it from their point of view, and take time with working through things. Not that there's no. I would say that's something that's important. I mean, it's instead of ignoring an issue, or instead of just throwing it up in the air, really try to work through it, and that way you can learn something from it. I mean, there's the way I guess I look at it is if you're gonna have that problem, you may as well learn something from it and go from there.
Okay. How about a tip from Julie?
Well, I would have to say keep up what you're doing. Seriously, I think you guys have been a real example to me, the way that you treat each other, the way that you keep the Lord first, the way that you just are a real spiritual encouragement to each other, and your best friends. And I love to watch you guys together. I love to hear what's going on in your relationship, and I think you guys has something really special that the Lord's blessing, because you really are in prayer for each other and seeking the Lord first. And I think that if you keep doing that, God's going to bless, and He already has.
Ready for the next question?
I don't know, there's more.
All right, this is the easy one. This is multiple choice. All right, you ready?
Okay.
When I propose to Teresa, I'm kind of taking a poll here to see who gets right answer. When I propose to Teresa, she will A, jump off the nearest waterfall. B, say yes immediately. C, want to think about it. D, pause for a while and then say yes. E, say no, not in this lifetime. F,
Ouch.
F, hug and or kiss me, and then and then say yes. G, act surprised that I asked her, then say yes. Or H, say, are you talking to me?
Are you talking to me?
Both of you have different answers, that'd be fine. What do you think she's gonna do?
Oh, I have to. There's a few of them together. I can just see her
That's
do
why I
it.
was thinking. I was thinking of a couple of them together.
I think she's gonna be totally shocked. She
Okay.
has no idea it's coming. Teresa, babe, I know you don't know this. And I think she'll probably scream, and she'll hug you and she'll kiss you. Right? We know there's no doubt about this one. And I think I'm gonna hear the fireworks from where I am, but definitely. And I think she's gonna scream and she's gonna be speechless. I think she'll be like speechless.
I think it'll be one of those.
And she'll say yes like that. I know she wouldn't say. I think. Oh, Teresa. Sorry, go.
Okay. I think it'll be one of those high pitched.
Yes.
Almost no.
Oh, it will be.
One of those high pitched, almost no hearing, tearful type
Oh
of
yeah, she's gonna cry.
screams. Not, almost like a silent sigh of relief, of joy. It'd be like a silent sigh scream. And then she'll say, then she'll say, yes, yes, yes. She probably won't be able to say yes enough times. That's a guess.
Okay.
We'll have to see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, I can't
How-
stand to think about it.
How
I'm excited.
how would you? All right. Let's say you're in your psychologist's office right now, okay, and you're on the couch like you are, and you're doing some word association, and he's gonna say, I'm gonna say something, and you say the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
What we're thinking? I'm
Yeah.
thinking? Okay.
All right. We'll go Julie and then Andy. Are you ready?
Boy. Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. It can only be a one-word answer. First word that comes to your mind.
Oh, brother.
You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Teresa and Greg's relationship.
I can't think of anything.
Stop thinking. Just say a word. Say it.
Work.
Work.
Yes.
Okay.
Commitment.
It,
Oh, that was my second thought, but that's really my first thought.
she wants to change her thought. Andy.
I would just say special.
Oh, yeah. That's you.
Okay. That was good.
That's good.
Okay.
Good.
I was gonna say beautiful.
Now, Julie, do you remember back in a year ago, November, when Teresa and I took some time off?
Are you kidding me? I was sitting in the room when you had this conversation.
You what?
I was sitting in the room.
Well, we were on the
Wait.
phone?
Yeah.
You were. I
And
didn't
she
know
says that you broke up, but
Of course
you said
you were. Of course you were in the room. What am I thinking?
What do you think?
What, is this a private conversation? No. What? Did you have it on speakerphone? What is this?
I have the tape back in my room if you want. No, yeah. Like she says that you broke up, but you said that you didn't really break up.
Right. So I mean, what's your perspective on this? I mean, what was going on behind the scenes here with her?
What was going on behind the
I mean, what did she think? What was her? She think it was over totally, or
She did. She did. I think she thought that it was over.
So she
Well,
go out.
no, well, refresh my memory again. What happened? Like I kind of remember, but I need to.
Well, we had a little talk on November 1st, and
Yeah.
I told her that I wanted to be positive of our relationship, but thought it would be best to take a little time away from dating each other so we could know exactly where we stood. That's how I viewed it.
This is terrible, but I don't really remember. Like I was in the room and I remember.
Right.
And I remember that we went to TCBY right after because that's where we always go.
Of course.
It must have been a big thing.
It was a big thing. I think she was really concerned. I think, and she realized when that happened how much you meant to her, like what would happen if.
So you tell me she didn't go out with another guy that night, or?
No, there's no other guys for her, Greg.
Oh, well.
You're it.
Okay.
Go out with a guy. She went out with me.
Yeah, how can you think such a thing?
Okay, then. Well, let me ask one more question here before you give your closing remarks. Why do you think that Teresa will make a good wife someday?
Do we have an hour?
No.
She will. And first and foremost is because her relationship with the Lord. It's just she really seeks the Lord. She's been a huge encouragement to me, and I know how much she desires to be a woman of excellence, be what God has her to be, and she really wants to be in ministry with you and to serve the Lord in that way. And I know that she has such a love for the Lord and such a love for you that daily she'll be committed to her family and to the Lord. She'll be an awesome wife. And she's so creative. Your house will be beautiful. And she's a great cook.
What are you saying? My house isn't
No,
beautiful?
it needs a woman's touch, right? A little bit, but it has potential.
What about this Haitian? What about this Haitian painting on the wall here? What are you thinking? That's Pierre's own specialty there.
And she'll take care of you, Greg, and help you to eat healthy. And she'll give you Oreos once in a while, but you can't eat them for every meal. And not your SpaghettiOs either. She'll cook healthy.
Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee. So she'll cook healthy and she'll keep you in shape, and you have a good catch there.
Oh, thank you. Anything to add there?
I don't know Teresa obviously nearly as well as Julie does, but I think you have yourself. She'll make a very nice wife. She always seems willing to work through things. She expresses her care and her love for you openly, and I know that I have observed her life through school and through classes and stuff, and I know that she is a very God-honoring young lady. And she will always seek to do so.
Okay, any closing comments here to Teresa?
I don't know.
I'm thrilled. I just praise the Lord for you guys, and it's exciting to see that you stuck with it and through many tears and frustrations and your whole correspondence over the summer and everything. It's just exciting to see what comes out of commitment and hard work, to see your efforts paid off, and to know that in the future it'll only be better. It's exciting to see that.
And I guess I'd be the one to say that you know, I don't know Greg that well. He's sitting right here, but I have gotten to know him just recently, and from the things that I have heard all the way since the two of you have started dating, I know that you have yourself a very God-honoring man as well, and that you guys will. I look at you and I know that you'll make an excellent team in ministry, no matter what aspect of ministry you go into, and I think you guys would just be great together.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
Okay.
Are we on?
Okay.
I never did this before in my whole life.
Julie Paxton, this is
only for you.
This is historic because this is Julie's first lip sync ever in her life, and she's doing it for you, Teresa. So you ought to feel privileged. And they've never heard this song before tonight. They've
Yeah,
listened to it a
really
couple
listened to it
times,
every
and now
time.
they're going to risk it. So this is Andy and Julie singing
Don't look at our
If
lips
and.
too much.
You ready?
There we go.
Take one.
Take one.
We've
yeah.
got like
Take
15
one.
minutes. Okay, here, Teresa. Here's the story. We just got permission.
I love you, baby. Even I say I do. Even I say that, say that, say that. Even I do, even if I do. What you say about me? I love you too.
I knew you were gonna say. I knew you were gonna say that. I
You
knew you
can't
were gonna
concentrate
say
on the stuff that you can't concentrate on the words.
But this is hard.
Yeah. Well, if you look at him, moving your lips.
Take
It's
two.
so dumb to like pretend you're saying something and not really say it.
What?
I guess this isn't our song.
Sorry, practice.
Don't tell me. Oh my goodness.
See, this will be hilarious.
Take two.
Hey, I love you, baby. Even I say I do. Even I say that, say that, say that. Even I do, even if I do. What you say right back to me? I love you too.
If I was to kiss you, mind you, if I happen to. If I do that, say that, I do that, if I do, even if I do. Would you cuddle up to me and kiss me too? If I got friends, baby, if I said if I was to follow,
Well, sure ain't much likelihood. Just say
if I say I love you, baby, if I say I do. If I say that, say that, say that, if I do, even if I do. Would you say right back to me? I love you too.
if I do.
If I do, if I do, if I do.
That's okay, Teresa.
She heard that song probably too.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh well.
He's indisposed right now. Can we go back?
Right, you didn't rewind that all the way to the beginning.
Huh? She sounded
Did you rewind
suspicious,
that all the way to
but
the beginning? No.
No.
It's the beginning.
No.
Right.
Okay.
No,
This is the good take. Take three. Teresa interrupted us.
Oh, Teresa. Yeah.
She's gonna do it again, probably.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey, I love you, baby. Even I say I do. Even I say that, say that, say that. Even I do, even if I do. What you say right back to me? I love you too.
If I was to kiss you, mind you, if I happen to. If I do that, say that, I do that, if I do, even if I do. Would you cuddle up to me and kiss me too? If I got feelings, baby, if I say I could. If I want to follow,
Well, sure ain't much likelihood. Just say
if I say I love you, baby, if I say I do. If I say that, say that, say that, if I do, even if I do. Would you say right back to me? I love you too.
if I do.
If I do,
If I do, if I do.
It's hard.
If I say I love you, baby, if I say I do. If I say that, say that, say that, if I do, even if I do. Would you say right back to me?
Be faithless. Ooh.
Okay.
Faithless.
This is
I don't know the meaning of the word faith.
This is the premiere recording of Greg Whiting's single, I Will Be Faithful. Pierre, could you step in there? And as part of his backup, willing to work for free this evening, actually paid me money to be in this, Pierre Joseph and Jim Butler. There they are. Those are the backup singers for this evening. Thanks, guys. All right, you ready? Kick it!
Excellent.
Yeah. here we are. This is the infamous Chucky Brewster. Of course, we did not get him with his supposed fiancée the other day. And we hear rumor, Chuck, that maybe there's a reason why we had to have separate interviews, that maybe there's a little friction going on here in the Love Nest?
No, there's not any friction between Candace and I. I need to qualm that right now.
Well, I don't know if you got you saw Entertainment Tonight and saw the interview we had with Candy the other day. Did you happen to see that?
I've heard those things. Everything's all right. I talked to Candy last month, and there's nothing that has transpired from a year ago up to, well, maybe it was 2 months ago. But things are going fine up to that point, and I don't foresee anything transpiring after that point.
Well, let me tell you, Chuck, a couple days ago, I had a private interview with Candy. And she seemed to reveal when I asked her this question. I said, now that you're engaged,
why were you interviewing? Anyways, well, what was this for?
Well, this was.
Were you two alone somewhere?
Chuck, that's kind of privileged information.
Were you out to dinner or something? I mean, what did this all entail?
I promised her I wouldn't tell you, Chuck. And that's another story for another day. But now that you're in front of the camera here, the question is, Chuck, is that I asked her, now that you've been dating and you're engaged, you did this whole pitch shot trying to show her you're a great guy. Trying to show her you're a great guy, trying to get her love, and then you got her. You had her right here, Chuck.
Right.
Then I asked her, so now after engagement, is Chuck the same old guy, or is he kind of taking some time off, not quite as romantic as he was before, not quite as nice as he was before, spend a little more time by himself?
I think she's really impressed with that, how I've actually elevated a step in that regards. I mean, just really accentuated the whole inner self and let that be exposed. And really have generated things that she never thought I was capable of doing.
Well, actually, Chuck, she gave me a little different story. And I asked her.
Even more so? That's all I can muster right now. She probably thinks more.
I asked her what's going on now as far as plans for the wedding. I said, who's making the planning? And she said,
that's tough. Making plans for a wedding is a killer.
How many plans have you made so far for the wedding, Chuck?
Well, I'm gonna be there and July 28th, 2020, in end of July.
Right.
Be there.
Right. Now I asked her, Chuck. We're
gonna get married.
I asked her, what is the most exciting thing about
tux?
Chuck, we got you. I asked her, what is the most exciting thing about engagement? And she said, one of the most exciting things is planning the wedding together. And then I asked her, so how much planning has Chuck helped you with? And she said, basically absolutely nothing, but it would be nice. And then she said get the hint, Chuck.
She didn't, that's not a quote, she didn't say nothing, she just didn't say anything.
Well,
you know what you're saying?
Well,
when you asked her, she didn't say anything. Her response wasn't nothing.
Well, Chuck, I translated to our audience out here in America, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
She
Chuck
didn't say it. Are you saying she didn't say anything?
She didn't say anything.
Like if you were to ask me a question and I said nothing, is that what happened? I don't understand.
Right. Well, she was obviously very frustrated with Chuck, and looked at the camera and said, hint, hint.
Well, I'm the kind of guy that likes to let things build up. I'm really a clutch performer, Greg, and you know that very well. And Candy has seen me in the past. That's why she doesn't say anything. She won't complain about any of that. I'll take it up to the last day. I'll take it up to July 26th, the night before the wedding. July, at the end of July, the night before the wedding, when that is, I'll take it. I won't do anything, and then wham, I'll pull
it out. And she'll be right there.
You've seen that before.
By your side.
You could have testified to that.
I believe it. Now, take a little survey here, Chuck. Got a multiple choice question for you. When I propose to Teresa, she will A, jump off the nearest waterfall, B, say yes immediately, C, want to think about it, D, pause for a while, then say yes, E, say no, not in this lifetime.
Are you gonna go to Z or
F, hug and or guess me, and then say yes. G, act surprised that I asked her, then say yes. Or what are we at now? F? The next one, the next one say, are you talking to me? That's all the options. Which will she do, Chuck?
Well, when I asked Candace, Greg, the quality person that you are, you're right up there in that my caliber.
In your, oh boy, thank you.
Really, I don't know, I could just bring in file after file of people in here and testify what a quality individual you are. And she's aware of that, Teresa is. And I mean, she doesn't, I think she does realize that the position she's being confronted with, that any girl in the United States of America would just capitalize instantaneously.
Good answer.
And as she views this tape, I mean, I can read girls, like, I mean, I know women. And, you know, Teresa's a wonderful girl, but she's a woman. And she's gonna say yes, jump up and down, hug and cry. She'll throw the token cry in. I mean, that always comes. You know, I get candy in her cry. She cried for an hour, you know, and then finally said yes. But I mean, you'll get the token cry. All right, we'll throw that in.
All right.
You'll get the yes, instantaneous yes, and the hugging and kissing. I got a phone call. All right, can we stop this tape?
All right, take a pause.
Back here.
We're back.
Okay.
Who's on the phone, Chuck?
That was Candace. She's just checking on me.
Change her mind?
No, you know, even if Candy was to see this tape, you know, if she were to see this tape, I would say all these things. You know, it's unfortunate she wouldn't see. She would enjoy it. I would say these things. You know, everything that I've said, I would, you know, say.
Right, so she knows all this.
Oh, very much. She concurs with my, you know, that I know women, that, you know, in regards to the wedding. I mean, just everything. She just totally concurs with what I believe and say, and my whole philosophy of life. And yeah, she concurs with that.
All right, so you explain what you think is going to happen when I propose.
Oh yeah, back to that. She yeah, like I said, Teresa will definitely. I mean, this is how I see it. All right, it might be a little complicated. Okay, you got two quality people. Okay, nice, good Christians, want to serve the Lord, and this one comes and proposes, says, "You want to be with me the rest of your life and stay together and serve the Lord." And what's she gonna do? You're gonna two together the rest of your life. That's, you know, that's as simple as I can make it. I mean, that might be a little complicated, but she'll say yes.
Okay. Now, what would you say are the greatest changes from when you were dating Candy to once you got engaged? I mean, what can I help me a little bit here, Chuck? What can I expect change in my relationship with Teresa? What can I expect the woman to? I mean, is there any changes with her? Is there anything that gets a little tougher here after engagement, or what?
You know, a lot of people come to me and ask me questions like this, Greg, and you know, I understand why. They want to tap into what I've gone through in life,
right?
And they realize the outcomes have been very prosperous and very beneficial, and I would like to help you, you know, and I'm glad you've seen that and when I asked me those questions. Just changes.
Yeah.
Changes.
Any changes in her attitude, the way she responds to you now that you're engaged? Or?
Her change, not my change, her.
Either.
She's changed. She's changed a lot.
For example?
Oh, for example,
yeah.
She, you know, she's my fiance.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, we're in love. And we're, you know, we're planning the wedding together. I mean, every day. Every day. You know, I've got to work. I've got to write my thesis. I've got so much to do.
But you still take time to plan the wedding together. That's incredible.
I mean, that's a man's, you'll find out, Greg, that's a man's duty. you know, to pacify a woman and to take time out each day. I mean, you've got to set aside, you've got to wake up, Greg, each day and say, I'm going to give her an hour. I'll give her 2 hours.
That's what
each
you
day
do.
you might throw in, this might sound pragmatic or silly, you might say, I'll give her an hour and 2 minutes today. I mean, each day, just heighten that amount of time that you'll spend with her. And she'll appreciate it. She really will. So she's changed in that way, yeah.
And you know that from experience.
From experience. I've experienced that.
See what my next question here is.
I've got 2 of the ugliest people in the world looking at me behind this door, so don't.
All right, what besides all this time that you spend planning the wedding with Candy?
It's a lot of time, Greg. You'll spend a lot of time.
What kind of tips?
I've got to get back to that anyway.
what kind of tips can you give me, Chuck, or us, now that we're engaged, as we, you know, how can we model ourselves after you? That's really what we want to do. So give us some tips on how to do that.
You know, I've seen a lot of couples do that, Greg, and have gone on for years into life in the ministry and have wonderful lives, beautiful lives. Just,
What's the secret?
I don't want to get emotional. It's been beautiful what I've seen. The secret to their lives,
To your relationship. That's what I really want to know.
how they've implemented it, or
Yeah. Well, I just want to know about you two, so I can gain some insight here.
what we've done
Your
together
secrets.
when we're together.
Well, what's your secret to this great, loving, perfect engagement?
It's really a loving, perfect, you know, and I've got a lot of secrets that have gotten to that point, you know, that I've utilized. It's hard, you know, you've got to work. Greg, don't let anyone tell you otherwise, all right? You know, you may come across, oh, you know, it's been a tiptoe through the two. It's hard, Greg and Therese, you've got to work, and you know, I've seen that's what you've got to do. You've got to really work.
You gonna share any of these secrets with me, Chuck, or do you have any?
It's, you know, Greg, it's a lot of hit and miss. But when you've prepared throughout your life to take on these hit and miss scenarios, situations in life, they almost become like a reflex. And if you don't, Greg, don't be offended by this, you or Therese. I mean, if you don't have it, then you don't have it, okay? And if you cannot spontaneously respond to situations that could be detrimental to your relationship and respond, boom, when they come and confront you in that relationship, and you cannot reflexively respond, quell any emotions or subjective decisions, but remain objective and work together. Work, that's the key, work. I mean, you've got to work. Don't ever forget that word, Craig.
I'll remember.
That's the most important word that I can leave you with tonight. Work.
I'll remember.
Hard.
Now,
together. Forever.
Is there something real special you'd like to share with us, Chuck?
For you and Therese, yes, there is, and if I can say this first, that you know, Candy will never see that, I realize, but I want it to be known that, you know, I love Candace with all my heart, and I look so forward to getting married to her, and the relationship that we'll have together throughout our lives, and I wish she could see this, right? But I'll tell her another time. But I just want the people who will be viewing this that, I mean, there isn't anybody I've ever loved as much in my life, and I just look forward to growing in love with her. And July 23rd is when that
you got it.
on her birthday. So maybe you could, you know, convey this to her.
I'll try to do that. I'll try to do that.
I'd appreciate it. But she knows these things.
Okay.
Anyway, I do have some special things that I would like to convey to you two. It's not that I didn't know you two were going to get together eventually. You know my prognosticating abilities. You know, I'd say 2-3 years ago I knew you two were going to get together. I just foresaw that, and the day has come, and you're engaged now, and it's an exciting time in your life. It was a great time in my life, and you've got what comes now, the marriage. You get the marriage that's coming up, and I think that you two people, as I've known Greg's, I remember Trees back in the old days, the way she was so helpful with Mrs. Mosier, and just the spirit that she's had around campus, how the other girls look up to her, and just even as an ostracized seminarian, you hear all these things, you know about quality girls. Not that I had any interest in knowing about girls on the campus or anything, but you become aware of that. And Teresa's been a leader, been a very spiritual, godly woman, and I appreciate her. She's always got a nice thing to say, and Greg has always been a good friend of mine, and we've had good times in the past. And I don't want to get emotional here. This is a very tender moment. I've got something I want to say. It's very important. It's probably the most important thing I'm going to ever say in my life.
All right, well, let me make sure I get close up here.
I feel kind of embarrassed. I'm going to say it anyways.
Okay.
It's I really mean this. I'm going to say
What is that, John? Wait, who's that? Wait. What?
Guys, can you, guys, can you excuse me? Guys. Alright, guys, I just said something very important. I really meant that. I really meant what I said, Greg. I've never said anything like that before. I want you and Trees to think about those things that I shared. And I'm not an emotional person, but this time I just was overcome by the emotion. So if you just dwell upon those words, those brief words that I had for you, and really consider, and I really meant that for you too. And I may never say anything that important or touching, at least from me, you know. So
Well, thank you.
So I looked at it and I said, Paul, is it raining? And you, what did you say? Yes, it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
That right there, that's what I'm hoping to win something for. Try it again. Paul, is it raining?
I didn't know if you were going to be back tonight. I had mentioned, I said, I think you'll be back tomorrow morning, so I thought you were playing. But if it's, I don't know if you can call her or
I don't know who.
you can't.
And now, live from Clark Summit, Pennsylvania, it's Jammin' with Jimmy, better than Beavers and Butthead. It's Back Talk with Jim Butler. It's Butler's Top 10. Here he is, Jim Butler.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we got a little twist in our top 10. This is in recognition. This is all for you, Greg and Teresa, for your engagement. Alright, this evening we got a little twist in our top 10 here. This is dedicated to Greg and Teresa. We appreciate you guys, two beautiful people. But this evening, we're going to take a little turn, alright? This evening's top 10 are the top 10 reasons why, get this, Greg and Teresa should not get engaged. Top 10 reasons why Greg and Teresa should not get engaged. Please, I need silence for this. This is very important. Top 10 reasons why Greg and Teresa should not get engaged, alright? Okay, you gotta hit reality here, alright? There's a lot of reasons, okay? The number 10 reason why Greg and Teresa should not get engaged. Greg's a teacher. He can't afford it. He works at a Christian school. He can't afford a ring. He can't afford this whole man. It's ridiculous.
Amen.
He can't afford it. Okay, I wish we had a drum roll here, but drum roll. Number 9 reason. Engagement is too stressful.
Amen.
I'm telling you, you've got this long period of wait, and you just got all these high expectations, and it's wrong. It's just too stressful. You can't take it. It's not good for you. It's not healthy.
Amen.
Engagement's not healthy. Not that I'm speaking from experience, but engagement's not healthy. It's not a good thing. Number 8 reason why Greg and Teresa should not get engaged. Let's not do it, guys. Come on. Greg and Teresa are too busy to plan a wedding. I mean, Greg's working like a maniac at the school. Teresa's in her senior year of college, for Pete's sake. Does she have time to plan a wedding? I think not. Number 7 reason. I don't know what this has to do with anything, but I'm better looking. I'm better looking. That's all there is to it. Okay, now we're down to the good ones here. Number 6 reason, as we build it here, engagement is cruel. It teases you. You're getting engaged now, you're not going to get married till maybe next summer. You got all this picking time, that's teasing you. You got all these hopes and all these dreams, and boy, you're going to want to get engaged every stinking weekend, and it's just going to be wrong. It's too strong. It's wrong. It's a bad thing. Okay, number 5. We're narrowing down here. The number 5 reason why Greg and Trish should not get engaged. Greg should spend his money on a car. You seen that thing? He can't spend money on a ring.
Hey, wait a second.
Yeah, you just be quiet. This is my highlight here. All right, number 4 reason. Teresa will get so excited she'll go into cardiac arrest. She probably already is. She's probably dead. She's probably not even gonna see this video because it's gonna rock her world. Number 3 reason. Top 3 here. We're in the top 3 reasons why Greg and Tricia should not get engaged, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3, Greg needs all the money he can get to pay Pierre's phone bill, for Pete's sake. Holy cow. This guy's got 12 million people calling him collect from every country in the world. They ought to have frequent phone miles. All right, number 2 reason why Greg and Tricia should not get engaged. Greg and Teresa never checked their horoscopes to see if it was the right time.
Oh.
Did you? I didn't think you did. The horoscopes are important, all right? All right, here we go.
And
we need some kind of a drum roll.
The number 1
reason why Greg and Teresa should not get engaged. Ladies and gentlemen. Because, number 1, it's not fair! It's not fair! Turn that thing off. I don't want no evidence that I'm gonna kill you because it's not fair!
Okay.
Wait a minute, we're not ready yet.
This is the Baptist High School students where I teach. These are my friends. They're going to help me ask you something now, Teresa. Teresa?
Will you marry me?
Congratulations. Can I come to the wedding? Teresa, congratulations. We love you. We love you. We love Mr. Weddington. Treat him good. He's our best teacher we ever had. Make sure that he treats you good. And he puts the toilet seat down after he goes to the bathroom every time.
And don't let him wear cream with white.
Teresa, you had to help me. Teresa, congratulations!
Hi, Teresa. I am about to try to conquer the high ropes course, and I'm risking my life just for you. Let's take a look at the course. Go ahead and show it. Starts down here near the bottom, a pretty wide log. Then we go up to climbing up a small wooden peg up the side of the tree, up to where Joelle is sitting now. And then we have to cross that not a terribly rough plank all the way over to the other tree. Then
Excuse me.
Shut up!
About 30
and then that small piece of wire or string all the way across with those little ropes
Why is this tree shaking?
across the table all the way to the other side. If I make it to that point.
Here we go, so the draft down.
The cradle will fall.
And that would be the fate if I blow it. Okay, it's all for you. Here we go.
Come on, Kier!
Totally confident.
You're such a little waif.
Is it alright?
He prefers Huggies,
What'd you
but
say?
today he's going with Pampers.
Red Blue A on.
Red Blue is on.
Oh, that was good!
Spotters. Feel totally confident because I have Judith and Nancy as my spotters. Nothing bad will happen to me.
I'm gonna throw him on his head if he
Dude.
comes anywhere near me.
Ready? Here we
Ready.
go.
He prefers Pampers. That's why he's not wearing the Huggies today.
You ready?
Don't make me nervous. I don't want to really have to save you.
I don't want to find out how really heavy you are.
I don't want to find out if I really would save you or not.
Oh.
He just climbed that log for you, Teresa.
Step.
Right now, right now. Say it now.
That was for you, Teresa.
Oh,
Ready?
give me strength.
And for Judith. only.
Give me strength. That's all I have to say.
Police.
Come on, Carrie! Come here.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Wait, yeah, you're right.
She's fine.
You have to humor me the whole time I'm off.
Carrie, I do. Let me down easy. And don't have fun because I'm fast. I know that you like to have heavy people.
I climbed that one for you, Teresa.
Oh, please give me strength.
Start splashing.
Y'all think he's way too hokey?
Way too hokey.
Way. Well, I can't waste the tape on you all because look at him, the big baby.
Blue Blue on.
Blue Blue is on.
You know how long it took him to find out those directions?
Carrie, I'm glad you talked to me tonight.
Oh, check this out.
Can I take the red fillet off?
Thank you, Judith. Yes, you may.
I'm the photographer and his favorite student.
Every once in a while, some of us.
Red Blue is off.
Gum machine.
You guys are
You probably enjoyed a lot.
I'll tell you the abuse that you have
Bro.
to take. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing a close-up on you.
Shows your manly strength.
Yeah.
Look at him. Where's Barbie to make the couple? Oh yeah, there's Teresa. Oops, sorry. Dude, I better focus this.
Go, Coach Ken.
All right.
All right, say it. Say it.
Right there. This one? Yep. Okay.
I am ready with
Watch
the
across
red
that tough,
fillet
terrible,
on.
thin log for you, Teresa.
Ah. All right. Teresa's on the other side.
I got the rope. Fully twisted up there.
How far am I good enough?
Go faster than that, man. My arm's killing.
Grab that thing behind you.
Take my time. Make this safely.
Grab that thing.
What thing? Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that helped. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job, Joy.
did that and I went, ooh.
Let's get a close-up on his face.
How far away is that rope?
Oh, look, he's right there.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sweet girl, about 5 foot tall, just gonna dance across that.
He's from Iowa.
Whoa!
Good job, Judith.
Oh, I love this.
Look at that smile, man. He's always got a smile.
Come on, Jude, you can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, wait. Go, Mr. Whiting.
Whoa.
Somebody's like very
Look at that feet. Get it? Feet?
Yes.
Feet?
Ew.
This is an old Indian burial ground.
Now, this
No way.
Yeah, now it's
Put it
gonna.
on your left shoulder. That's fine.
Yeah.
Do that.
He's doing this all in the name of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't sound very convincing.
Right there.
Yeah.
There you go. Like a manly yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler.
Dude, you should have said I'm not gonna pay a lot for this marriage.
I did pay a lot for this ring.
Oh. You hear that?
But it's worth it.
It's
We
worth
pay his salary. He can afford it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Tell Nancy.
Didn't I-
So that's what we all chipped in for.
He got it from this guy named Crazy Eddie in New York. He had a whole jacket full of them.
$2.
Yeah. $20, $20. No. $2. Okay.
Go, Judith.
Ladies went up the mountain.
Let's go.
Go, Mr. Whiting.
Almost there, Judith.
Grab it. Grab it.
You can reach it.
That's your love there. Grab the love. I feel your pain.
Let it slide down there.
It's right there.
Come on, grab it.
Ken.
Grab it.
You gonna go, Ken?
Alright. Hurry up and fall. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ride up and you come down. Okay, so I'll lean back.
I'll tell you.
Judith.
Okay, you ready? Encourage.
Hold on.
Teresa, will you marry me?
Oh my God! Face like that hurt.
Ew, is that his face? What's that blob?
That's his
on-
knee. That's his knee. All right. All right, go ahead.
Work. That was for you, Teresa. I love you. I love you.
The red light's on.
When it was doing, you didn't have a little thing in the middle of the screen beeping, did you? Like
No.
this? Did you have that going?
No.
Good. So that means your battery's dying. Why don't we wait till we get some current and I
Yeah.
can plug it in, all right?
All right, it's on?
Yeah.
All right, Teresa. I don't think you know me because he's been too embarrassed to introduce me. Just because I show him up too much. And because I'm better looking. He's a little taller, but I'm better looking. Anyhow, congratulations. He's a good friend of mine, kind of. You know, / Bible teacher. But I've known him for a while. Longer than you did. So, and that's all I wanted to say. Good luck. Have a long, happy marriage.
What's gonna happen after we get married?
Oh man, you want me to tell her that? all right. I was telling him before, I was giving him a little of my wise advice there on Italian women, and he told me you're 100% Italian now. There are exceptions, which you'll probably be an exception. I'm saying that just so you don't dislike me because you never know me before, but I told him that after you marry an Italian, good-looking, thin woman, within a year she's 40 pounds heavier, 20 years older, fat and ugly, but she cooks better, cooks a lot better. And that way she stays faithful because she's not leaving. So that's what I told him. And he went all on my back and said, nah. And he gave me this whole explanation, but I win because...
Hi, Teresa. I hope you enjoyed this tape. I hope you had an enjoyable day. I hope you said yes. I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You are the best thing that ever came into my life. After salvation that God gave me, I couldn't imagine that He would give me someone as special as you. And as we continue to work together on our relationship to make it pleasing to Him, I look forward to spending those moments with you, and God willing, spending the rest of my life with you. I love you.
afraid of diving. Did I tell you I sailed on my first try? I just let the boat do the work. That was my secret. Dr. Marvin, your book is going to do a lot of good for a lot of people. I'm walking proof of that. Is this butter or margarine?
Dad? Dad, are you okay? Honey?
Don't panic. I know what to do. Don't worry. I got it. I'm doing the right thing.
Harder, maybe with your knee more. Hit him harder. Too high. Spit it out. Too blue. He's still alive. Spit him harder. Spit again. Breathe. Bill, are you okay? Bob, you saved you. That was incredible. Your fault. That was
I just never gave up hope.
Get out! Get out!
Something I said.
You ruined my life! You ruined my career! You ruined my book! You turned a perfectly peaceful house into an insane asylum! Get out! Daddy, let go, Leo. What's gotten into you? It was a disaster, Faye! No, it wasn't. You were wonderful, sweetie. Fine, Dad. Yeah. Why'd you need to kick Bob out of the house? He's gone. He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Is this some radical new therapy?
You see?
We can't be expected to understand him. He's so far above us. We're like ropes on a Goodyear balloon.
I have an urgent call from your sister.
My sister. Put her through.
Go ahead.
It's not you. It's me.
Lily, what's wrong?
Dr. Marvin, please don't be angry. This is Bob. I know that I shouldn't be calling
Bob,
here.
the doctor-patient relationship is based on trust. When you call me and pretend to be my sister, I can't trust you anymore. Go to the emergency room, but please do not call me here again.
Oh, no. That was not smart. That was not smart. Well, I fibbed a little bit, but don't be mad.
Bob, your behavior is completely inappropriate.
You're angry.
No, I don't get angry.
Well, you're upset.
I don't get upset.
Well, then let's have a little talk.
Bob, I do not see patients on vacation, ever. How many ways can I make that clear? Now, what I'd like you to do is to get on this bus and go back to New York.
I can't. I'm totally paralyzed. I'm all locked up.
You got yourself here.
Barely.
Well, getting back will be therapeutic.
But can't we just have a little talk?
Bob, you are testing my patience.
Come on, I've come so far.
Bob.
I'm baby stepping.
Bob.
I'm doing the work. I'm baby stepping. I'm not a slacker. Check it out. Look at I'm in really bad shape. Come on, please,
Bob.
please.
Bob.
Give me. I need.
Bob.
Give me.
Okay,
Please.
all right.
Please.
All right, it's 2 o'clock. Go to the bus station, buy yourself a ticket home, and then wait for me in that coffee shop.
You'll meet me?
I'll call you in 2 hours.
Oh my God, you're the greatest.
No, just you have to promise me that you will buy your ticket and go home.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do it right now.
All right, I'll call you at 4 o'clock.
You couldn't possibly make it 3:30, could you?
Bob!
4, okay. Exactly, 4 o'clock. It's better. Okay. Thank you, Dr. M.
Are you married?
I'm divorced.
Would you like to talk about that?
There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who like Neil Diamond and those who don't. My ex-wife loves him.
I see. So, what you're saying is that even though you are an almost paralyzed, multiphobic personality that is in a constant state of panic, your wife did not leave you, you left her because she liked Neil Diamond.
No, you're saying that maybe I didn't leave her because she likes Neil Diamond, but maybe she left me?
Yes.
Ow! 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 Ow!